Mette Hersby joins me now. She is Vice President for HR at Shell. Talk to me a little bit about talent retention. Talk to me about some of the challenges, because what we hear when we look at the oil and gas, the energy sector is, it's very, very competitive out there. And everybody's looking for the same talent, and probably they're, in fact, looking for one up all the time here. How do you actually work within that environment and make sure that you can get the best talent, particularly for a big IOC like Shell?
Well, so I think, first of all, it's all about the acknowledgement that our ability to get the best talent and combine that with deploying that in the best possible way to deliver business result is a key competitive advantage. So I think everything we do starts on that foundation. So that's really a very, very core belief of ours. Then how do we go about it? So as you say, our industry is struggling. We are being tobaccorized in many ways, so our popularity is decreasing. So I think first of all it's about ensuring that there is better industry understanding so that we can attract the right talent. Then it's about, when talent then joins us, is about creating a workplace where everyone feels that they can participate and where they're valued and respected. And I think that's what some things that we've been struggling with for quite a while, because we know that we're not a very diverse workforce, and that means that we haven't necessarily created the inclusive environment that we have needed for people to bring their full selves to work and be creative and innovative like that. So that's a key challenge for us. What we did in the session just now was show this, what I think is an incredibly powerful video with Ben van Beurden, where he talks about gender balance, and we've really stripped it back to the core, and he talks about an inclusive work environment. He gets played a number of statements from women that they hear over and over again in the workplace, and he basically says
Okay, but just give it a minute and we'll... Okay, it'll be just better if... It's very loud, so just give it a minute. It's fine, because we'll be able to put shots of you on the panel. So we'll just come back in. Yeah, and just, most people know, but just make a point of saying our CEO, Ben.
Ben.
But make...
sorry, my voice up. Okay.
Just give it a minute. Just give it it's fine. It's fine. Just give it a minute. It'll shut up in a minute, and we'll get a clearer one. Is there any possibility of maybe getting that video?
Yes, of course, it's on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
So I will send you the link. If you send me, have you got your card? Then I will just send it.
Yes, because actually we could play a bit of that, because people would recommend. When I saw it first, I thought, oh my God, that's the boss. That is the boss. It is very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hopefully now they won't come back to remind us. No, that's fine. We're good. Okay. So, talk to us about something you did, which I haven't seen from too many companies. I think is very impressive, and it's about you really highlighted the leader. It's the CEO. He's delivering the message. Talk to me about the impact of that and why you've chosen to do that. Tell me about what that is.
So the video, which features our CEO, Ben van Beurden, is really about inclusion. So it's all about getting women into engineering. And this was the third video in a series of initiatives around this very, very important topic. And basically what you have is Ben listening to a number of statements that women hear very often in the workplace, and him then going, oh my God, I can't actually fathom that this is what people are faced with every day. So it is it's very simple, it's very drilled back, but it's the messaging, and it's the fact that it is him, it's our CEO, it's the top of the house speaking about this topic. And we really believe that it's important to focus on measures, it's important to have diversity KPIs, but if that doesn't go hand in hand with true leadership and with the true focus on creating an inclusive workplace, we're not going to get there, or at least we're not going to sustain the changes that we've made to date.
And I think it's very impressive. I was very impressed with that video, and I think it really does send a very, very strong message that he's taken. You can see that sincerity, I think, coming across, which is also so important. Now, your specific role in HR too, you're really looking at an area that's probably not that diverse. So it's also about, bringing, new people into that and getting more interest. And I suppose the great advantage too with a major IOC like Shell, different people can try different roles. So in many ways, you've got a great advantage there being a bigger operator and a global player.
So exactly. So I work in integrated gas and new energies, and we are very, very diverse in terms of where we are, but also the people that we already have, and that gives us a huge advantage in terms of offering people, exactly as you say, exposure to the end-to-end value chain. So what we're trying to do, of course, is to let people know about the diversity of the opportunities that we can give to them, but also ensuring that when they come in, that we onboard them properly so that they understand our organization. As you say, it's a big IOC. People don't always find it an easy place to navigate. So there's a huge part in terms of bringing talent in and onboarding them. And then, of course, it's about what we're talking about specifically with diversity is about this idea of the broken rung. So we might get women in, but how do we ensure that they get through that first promotion? How do we make sure that they get the right development and then ultimately really get through to those senior positions? Because we do see that because of the lack of diversity, we do need to shine a light on that and be much more intentional and purposeful in our talent development of certain groups in our industry.
Now, your role in terms of HR and talent development, this has become a hugely important role, much, much, much more important and relevant and really helping the direction of the company than, let's say, 10 years ago. So people, I think, coming into the industry are really, they're getting a great deal in many ways. I mean, the companies really do care and they really do look after, the new people that are coming in. And I think they're probably more developed and helped than they've ever been before. Would you say that? It's, the work that you guys do, it's so important in making sure, people have great jobs.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't agree more, and but I want to say, so I think I love my job. It's a real privilege to be part of this. I think I couldn't think of a greater purpose than help people. We all spend so much time at work, right? What better way than to make sure that you bring yourself to work, you get the most out of it, and that you deliver great value for a great industry. So I think, fantastic, purpose. I don't think I really need to sell that, but I think we have gotten a seat at the table. We are allowed to participate in this conversation with such a loud voice because of the leadership of our organization. So it's because of leadership like our CEO, Ben van Beurden. It's because of leaders like the director of the Integrated Gas and New Energies business, Martin Wetzler, that I work with, that allows us to have this voice and to really move this agenda forward.
Now, here we are in Saudi Arabia. This is the first big conference here at that's ever happened here, and they've really pushed the fact that they wanted IPTC here. They've got it. They're intending to keep it, which I think is great. But there's been huge response here. I think it's been incredibly busy. We've seen, again, and the diversity of the people who are here is quite astonishing. How important do you think for this region too, and even for your involvement as Shell in this region, to actually have this conference here? And how has it been for you for the last 2 days?
I think it's massively important, and it's such a positive signal. And I think also anyone who would have gone through the conference program will see that yes, this is about petroleum technology, but there is a huge human agenda on there as well. So I think that really shows the willingness and the ambition behind this, which I think is so important. I think the second thing is what we also see when we look at this region is that whereas elsewhere in the world, it's been very slow, incremental change, decade after decade after decade. What we see here is that, it's leaps. We're moving so much faster and with so much more courage, I think, than elsewhere. So I think there's a huge momentum here that it's important for our industry, both the oil and gas industry, but also us as HR functional experts to capitalize on.